Welcome, pipsters, pipettes,
Kalimera,
beakers, and other pieces of scientific equipment. Wait, I do not speak Russian. I should be learning. Y'all pipsters shall help me accomplish this mission. This is Reggie and Monk, 8th of September live stream. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
What he good?
What he good, guys? What he good? So, quick topic of conversation. Why do bad drivers annoy us? But on the flip side, how do we realize when we are driving badly? Is it when someone else hoots at us? Or is it a case of self-awareness? To say, oh shit, I'm driving in the wrong lane, I'm driving too quickly, I don't know, shit, I've got a dodgy tire that I should pull into a fuel stop to put some air inside, but fucking who cares? I'll just run on a flat tire.
Yes, that's bad driving.
Ooh.
But yeah, I think self-awareness. I believe self-awareness is the biggest thing with bad driving. If you're not aware on the roads, then it's causing distress for others because you're not thinking of what the other cars are doing. So, for example, this Ford just indicated right now and just came into the lane. If he didn't indicate, I wouldn't have let him come in. But it is what it is. I mean, he indicated, he showed he wanted to come into the lane. It's fine. It's chill. He didn't, I probably would have shouted at the dickhead. But he's fine. He's a happy driver today.
Reggie, the irony is, it's like we're giving him props on indicating, but you still call him a dickhead.
Well, let me look at the car.
Bro, we're driving in a Ford Focus. How does that make us any difference?
It's a nice Ford Focus.
What, versus?
A Ford Fiesta that's been bashed by the sides.
Yeah, it does look like someone's put a sledgehammer into the side of the car.
Precisely my point. Looks like he's fucking backed out into something and not seen it.
Could have been an angry ex-wife who used a baseball bat against his back left mirror. Back right, I guess.
No, that was like a pole, dude.
Hello there, dear friend.
Sorry, you're old.
Ah, old man. See, this is another situation of potential frustration. Is you have car on the left, car up front, not quite enough space to overtake either end, not enough space to change lanes, and that tends to back up the traffic. Right? You imagine all around the world, traffic ones. Hundreds of thousands of situations like that happen every single time. Right? Everyone on the highways around the world is delayed by, even if it's 1 or 2 seconds. Those 1 or 2 seconds add up over the course of a year if they happen every single day, right? So this fascinating video actually showing this full graphic of how much time we spend not only wasted when we slow down, but that because humans take a while, that maybe 2 split seconds to sense that another car has pulled away after, let's say, a red light, right? Let's say we're parked at a red light. Once the light turns green, it takes a certain split second time after the guy in front is gone for us to go. If we add up all of that time and we then equate that same kind of timing on something like a highway, let's say someone slows down from 120 to 80 like this and forces, let's say, ourselves and a couple of people behind us to slow down a bit. That slowdown could happen all the way up to 2 kilometers. It's hard to explain without a visual diagram, but
here we go. Exactly
there we go. So car just slowed down. If there's a guy behind us, he also slowed down by a couple of kilometers. That slowdown is like a domino effect that gets bigger and bigger and bigger, almost like a ripple effect of sorts as it travels backwards through the queue.
Just expands.
Just expands.
It's funny because it'll be like one car that ends up having to change lanes due to potentially like a lorry, for example. Like there's a couple of lorries on the road now that you can see as you're passing one. That probably caused this little traffic jam in a sense, because maybe a small little Toyota Vitz or something decided, hey, I can't do anything here, I'm going to try and change lanes. Jumps in the lane next door, but there's a car coming who's traveling probably 120 and all of a sudden he has to brake. In fact, actually, I can see a little car up ahead. So, and there's a traffic queue.
There's a whole line. Yeah, there's a whole line. So right lane.
It causes problems within the traffic, and that delays everyone by a specific amount of time, depending on where they are in the traffic jam as well. Oh shit. Trying to eat a banana as well, and talk and do all sorts. It's lovely.
Man's a multitasker. You know, this really does bring a big talking point for self-driving cars, right? As much as in many ways we would lose in some way, shape or form, our autonomy on the road, where now suddenly we need to rely upon self-driving cars, and also given the fact that they'd be driving within a set grid system, which might restrict people from traveling outside certain boundaries, so again might restrict travel. The fact that all cars, especially in this future age of quantum computers, 5G and whatnot, where telecommunications are that much faster, all cars on a network will be able to communicate with one another without even needing, again, this is assuming there's no manually driven cars that are being driven by humans. When I say manual, it's like human driving the car. Like what you're doing now, Reggie.
Stick, as they call it in America.
Stick. So it's kind of there, like if all cars on the system were to, or at least the majority of them, were to be connected with one another and interlinking, then it would be a situation where suddenly you wouldn't need red lights, you wouldn't need green lights, you wouldn't need orange lights, because they just take you everywhere. The self-driving car would take you anywhere you needed to go, and
be able to sense other cars. It's actually scary to think about the technology that's going to be, I don't know, incorporated into our daily lives. Who's joined?
Hakuna Your Tatas 21.
How you going, bro?
Dear Hakuna Your Tatas. I mean, listen, I heard of Hakuna Matata, but I ain't never heard of Hakuna Your Tatas. I mean, it depends how close you are to that special lady in your life. If she's willing to help you Hakuna those tatas, then it's a different story. Nah, man. I mean, shit, imagine all of these problems we have nowadays. Not necessarily problems, but it's like technology in general. When it works, it works. It helps us, increases our efficiency, productivity. It opens up new boundaries and possibilities that we never had before, right? Ain't that right, Demetrius? But when it goes wrongly, right, it makes more complex problems to fix, which is all good if people can keep up with the rate of problem solving. But I mean, you build 100-story skyscraper, you got 100-story problem if an earthquake happens and that thing starts to fall apart at the base, right? And then suddenly you have a block in every direction that's now at risk of glass and rubble and falling debris, if not the building collapsing entirely. Same thing, it's all good having 1 million cars on a motorway, this feat of transportation and logistical achievement. But what good is it if there's traffic jams that end up delaying people for 2 or 3 hours a day?
It's no good. But it is food for thought, where you can actually start to understand yourself, how much time you actually put into daily tasks, including driving, including preparation for work even.
Mm-hmm.
So as you actually sit down, get ready for work, what are you going to be doing in order to actually start your work?
Right.
Until that moment you physically start typing or clicking, let's say. If you're using a computer. If not, writing shit down. I don't know. Or
doing some heavy lifting or whatever.
Preparing some equipment for, I don't know, coaching, for example. Whatever it is that you need to do before that, that's also included in this sort of bracket of wasting time in a sense. But it's also not. It's a grey area.
Right, shit, that's that grey area where it's like, if that's time that's used in the right way, dare we say,
It can
before
be
work,
really
maybe
efficient
someone has
before
let's say a little meditation practice that they do to get their minds in the zone. They do a little bit of journaling to say what do they want to achieve for that day, checking through, having a checklist of sorts to say, okay, what do I need to do for today? That first, or maybe if it's a coach, making sure to take his players through that 10-15 minutes of important extra stretches, warm-up.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a person who used that time wisely or a person who checked their social media for 15 minutes before jumping into work and then jumps through aimlessly. And
doesn't have a plan set up, can't accomplish the goals that they've probably actually set for themselves for the day.
shit, you know, Jim Quick says that, huh? The world-leading memory coach and brain trainer. He says if we can get the first hour of the day sorted, even if it's waking up on, like, at the time we want to wake up, or the first alarm, or having that cup of water when we wake up, rate yourself, you had that banana in the morning before you jumped into work, extra energy, extra potassium, extra magnesium. I mean, 35 degree weather, man's got his water
Cucumber and lemon water.
Right, well, what's the difference now in the course of a year? All these extra cups of mineral infused water, what's that going to do to a man's immune system over the course of a year?
Make it like a rock.
Like an ox, like a beast, huh?
Oh.
Got Reggie the Beast and Monk the Discipline. Guys, much love.
It's been great.
8 to
Enjoy your morning, plan your days, and enjoy
everything. Each day is a game, each day is a pleasure,
each day is a gift.
oh my god. Yalla.